A Canadian podcast is having in-depth conversations with strong and inspiring women to encourage and connect with the everyday woman. The podcast is called The Honest Talk, and it's hosted by Jennifer Stewart and Catherine Clark. They both join us now. Good morning, Jennifer Stewart and Catherine Clark.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for being with us. Now tell us about your podcast, The Honest Talk. Why did you want to create this podcast?
So we started The Honest Talk in 2020 over a glass of wine before the pandemic happened, and the intent was actually to do a live event series, but of course the word of the year, pivot, we pivoted to a podcast, and we really just wanted to break down the challenges and the opportunities that were in front of women. We felt that people weren't having conversations about the pathway professionally and personally and what that looked like, so we wanted to go a bit deeper and have those conversations and not glorify the pathway of so many women, but understand what it actually looked like.
And what kind of guests are we chatting with here?
Well, we're chatting with women from basically every sector that you can imagine. Women in sports, women in banking, women in the cultural sector. So we've been privileged to have everyone from Canada's ambassador to the U.S., Kirsten Hillman, to musician Serena Ryder, to cabinet ministers. It's really been a neat journey, and it's been an opportunity to show that even though these women have reached incredible heights in their own careers, that they haven't done so without also facing challenges along the way.
And what are you hoping the podcast brings to the everyday Canadian woman?
I think it's really just that sense of unity with different women from across the country, coast to coast to coast. Like I said before, sometimes you put these women on pedestals because, externally they've had the perfect career or the perfect pathway, but everybody has challenges, everybody has opportunities, and more important than challenges, they have lessons learned that we can all glean from these conversations. So we wanted to kind of unify that conversation and kind of break down the speaking points and the key messages that we hear at a high level and dig a little deeper into their stories.
And what kind of response have you had from the audience?
We've had a great response. We've been so proud of the fact that this has really hit a vein for a lot of women. There is a sense for so many women that when they're going through something, they're going through it alone. And so the podcast is an opportunity for women to listen to the stories of other people who have faced challenges, climbed mountains, come out the other side, been okay, and learned things along the way. And it's just, it's been a real honor and privilege for us to be able to share these stories. And of course, then what it's allowed us to do is to go on and to create a media site under the Honest Talk banner and a series of live events where we can take these conversations nationally on the road too. So we're really excited about the partnership with iHeartRadio that gets this message amplified for women.
Have there been any conversations that you've had that have been surprising, maybe even shocking to you?
There have been so many shocking conversations, if I'm honest. We used to just record the podcast audio only, and sometimes I'd be sitting there with tears in my eyes or my jaw has dropped. One that stands out to me was a conversation with former Cabinet Minister Lisa Raitt, and she had kind of her first conversation with us about, providing care for her husband, Bruce, who was suffering from early onset dementia. And she just was so raw and so candid about not being able to balance it all, frankly, a violent confrontation with her husband in the kitchen, and it was those kind of conversations where it's like, this woman perceivably has it all together, but behind the scenes she's dealing with caring for a partner, and so many of us are in that position of caring for a parent, or we have struggles in our personal life, and just the the raw candor of Lisa was pretty inspiring.
By sharing our stories, we women, we stand together.